There are very few things in life that will burn you out and drive you into the ground more rapidly and reliably than obsessing about and worrying about and freaking yourself out about things that you have absolutely no power to control. So next time you're stewing in your own anxiety and your own worry, I want you to imagine two circles. The first circle is called your circle of influence, and inside this circle is where you currently sit, and it's what you have the power to change. It's the stuff you have the power to influence. And sitting outside of this circle of influence is a thing called your circle of concern. Now, what you need to know is that your circle of concern is always going to be much larger than your circle of influence. So when you are sitting there and worrying and you're imagining these circles, I want you to ask yourself honestly, is what I'm worried about, is what I'm panicking about, is what I'm ruminating about within my circle of influence, i.e. is it something I can control, or does it sit outside of my circle of influence and in my circle of concern? If it sits outside of your circle of influence, then ask yourself if it's really something you should be wasting your time worrying about, and if there's something that sits within your circle of influence that you would be better placed to be dealing with. And maybe you can find somebody else where the thing you're worried about sits inside their circle of influence, so they can actually have some influence over it. They have the power to change it. So there you go. Circle of influence and circle of concern. Your circle of concern will always be larger than your circle of influence, and it's a fool's errand to try and influence the thing that sits outside your influence.